What is a construction superintendent responsible for? In this video, we're not just going to talk about the role, we're not just going to talk about what to expect, but we're going to show what a superintendent is expected to do, which is huge. And so, like I said, I've shared before what the role of a superintendent is and a number of other videos, but I've never explained what the project and what you can expect from them or what you should expect from that position. That's what we're going to cover in this video. So this is, like I said before, this is my jam. I love this. And here's the key. I love superintendents. I love the position. And we need to expect more from this position. And I'll tell you why. This is not a negative thing. Superintendents are smart. They're capable. They can use technology. They're great human beings, right? We have some of the best, and they can do it. You can do it. So if you're watching this video, this isn't a, you should do this. This is a, no. You can do this. You can soar to great heights. We have got to get rid of limiting beliefs. A superintendent is not somebody who walks around and grumpily answers questions and directs people that doesn't know how to use computers. That's not a thing. That's not what we expect. So let me give you what we should expect from superintendents. I've been there, I've done it, I've trained it, I've learned from the best. This is what you can expect, and I think you're going to be a little bit surprised. Number one, we expect superintendents to learn and research the most advanced technologies, approaches, and methods in the industry. If it comes down to lean thinking or scheduling or how to implement or install shoring systems or new equipment that's available or new methods or approaches or best practices, we expect superintendents to be learning and researching constantly. This is not this is what I was taught, I've been doing it the same way for 30 years. That is the most dangerous thing anyone can say. So I'm talking about reading books, I'm talking about going to trainings, I'm talking about staying current, I'm talking about going to conferences, we expect superintendents to be on top of their game. I will say it again. Would we be happy if doctors still perform surgeries like they did 30 years ago? I don't think so. A part of that role is constantly learning. Would we want pilots on our airplanes to keep flying more modern equipment but fly the way they did 30 years ago? I don't think so. I fly a lot. The answer for me is a definite no. These positions are required to constantly learn. That's number one as a part of the expectations for a superintendent. Oh, and I almost forgot, you as a part of that learning, I highly recommend that you learn about leadership, technology, how to deal with people, and advanced construction methodology. So if you want some very specific advice on any of those, and like I've said before in previous videos, please go down to the comment button below, comment. If you want to learn about any of these things and you're like, hey J Money, I want some good resources, just hit that comment button, type in your question, and I will get it back to you. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go do the research myself and find it and get it back to you because I care. So please comment when you want to dig deeper. Number two, superintendents, and this is an expectation. Every job, every type of job, every area of the world or the country specifically, every single location, every instance, a superintendent is responsible for keeping their project remarkably clean all the time, remarkably safe, and remarkably organized. There is no such thing as a superintendent running a dirty, unsafe, unorganized project. If they are, don't be mad, calm down. They are not a superintendent. That is bare minimum Superintendent 101, clean, safe, and organized job. Number three, and you probably didn't expect this, we expect superintendents to really take care of the foremen and workers. The superintendent is an advocate for them. You will never find a superintendent blaming things on the foremen and workers. You will never find the superintendent blaming our woes in the industry on workers or foremen or trade partners. You will never find superintendents bad-mouthing them. You will never find superintendents harming them. You will never find superintendents pushing them in impossible situations. You will never find superintendents using them. Superintendents are advocates and guardians and protectors of foremen and workers. Number 4, a superintendent will always create the long-term schedule for the project with the project manager. But you will never find a superintendent not creating that plan, having the project manager do it for her or him, or having a scheduler do it. The superintendent will always create in a highly visible format, reviewed by the team, owned by the team, but that superintendent will create the long-term plan for the project every single job. Number 5, this is Superintendent 101. This is the bare minimum. This is not a new thing. This is minimum. A superintendent will always do short-term, short interval planning with the last planners, with the foreman, as a part of the last planner system. That means every superintendent will create those collaborative sequences with trades as a part of a pull plan. He or she will look out ahead at least 4 to 6 weeks with the foreman in the meetings. He or she will do a weekly work plan and a day plan with the foreman and huddle with them daily so that it's not just the superintendent dictating, but will collaboratively plan with and through the foreman on the short interval, because the foremen really are in charge of executing the how according to the milestones on the short interval with their crews. So a superintendent will always do that short interval planning with them. Number 6, and this may come as a big surprise, a superintendent will always take a really large lead in material procurement and information procurement. And so what I mean by that is it's not it's the PM's job or it's the PE's job, or hey, I'm going to delegate that to an engineer on the job. They can handle it. Give me the materials, I'll build it once it gets here. No, every week, if not twice a week, that superintendent is reviewing the procurement log or the procurement and the schedule, managing those supply chains to make sure that his or her field crews have what they need when they need it. Number 7, a superintendent will always oversee the field engineers on the project. And if you're like, hey Jason, we don't have field engineers, I'm just going to say it. Every project needs field engineers. Every company needs field engineers. I do think we're past the point where we should be talking about this. Every job, every company, field engineers. If we are going to turn this industry around, we cannot do it without training future supers, training future builders as field engineers. The superintendent is required, expected to know the content of the Field Engineering Methods Manual, Construction Surveying and Layout by Wes Crawford, expected to know how to do the role of a field engineer, and expected to be able to lead field engineers as they provide the frontline quality and safety management, as they provide layout and control, and as they provide lift drawings. Even if you don't have self-perform, every company, every job has field engineers. We expect superintendents to be able to lead and to oversee them. And number 8, we are expected to have these outcomes. So not only on a project, as an outcome of having a really good superintendent, should we have really happy people that are meeting their career goals with a raving fan client, designers that are supported, right, and feel listened to, trade partners that are winning, with a project that is safe, that is built with quality, that is under budget and on schedule. That's the minimum, right? Not only are those the outcomes, but I'll also share with you these 5 that finish out the bare minimum of what we expect from superintendents. Number 1, everyone can see the plan. The plan is you will never find ever a superintendent with the plan in his or her head. It's not a thing. A superintendent will always have the plan for the project in a highly visible format on the project for everyone to see, know, and implement. Number 2, you will always find superintendents bringing problems to the surface and not hiding them, not siloing. Meaning if there's a problem, a roadblock, a constraint, a major issue, something that is happening, they will always circle in other people and bring all problems to the surface so that the team can own and solve them. Number 3, all functional areas will be clean on the project, clean, safe, and organized. Number 4, you will always find supply chains are functional on that job. And 5, this may be coming out of left field for you, but a superintendent will always be on top of MEP and the commissioning process. And so I hope that this has been valuable for you. I hope that some of these have been a little bit of a surprise, because the meaning and joy of life is to rise to the occasion and learn and grow and serve and develop. I just love this stuff. And so I'm going to leave you in the description below with a formatted Canva graphic that shows what you can expect from superintendents and what you can expect from yourself. And I'll tell you, your life and your career gets really remarkable once you start meeting those expectations. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.